live.
Huzzah.
Hello, world. It's another hot day.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I heard it described going outside as like, oh, I'm inside of a sick dog's mouth.
Oh. I saw a post that said the heat is between boob sweat and Satan's anus.
Ew.
Boob
sweat smells like biscuits.
Well, Cara, you probably have it the worst. You're in Arizona, so you're like what, like the surface of the sun over there.
Yes.
But it's like a dry heat, right?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, for real.
If you hit 120, like
yeah.
No,
there was one time I was out in Las Vegas, so it's like this dry heat. I didn't realize it was 110 because I wasn't sweating,
right? Yeah.
But I probably was. It was just evaporating as it left my skin,
or it was just the initial symptom of heat stroke,
right? Could be. So it was like really dry, and I didn't realize. But like I'm in Florida, and it's like I don't know, 100% humidity, and it doesn't matter if it's like 70 degrees or 99.
Yeah, that's true.
You walk outside and air is optional.
People don't think about it though. With that humidity, you still have more of an advantage than we do. Because if you are trapped out in the desert, you will die. Yeah. And even if you had that humidity, that would be enough moisture in the air that might sustain you and just
to be less moist.
Like it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, I know.
That's you will die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I've survived off of lip sweat a couple times. Been like, and made it an extra 5 minutes.
On that note, I'm going to hit the intro.
There we go.
Daphne takes a big gulp.
Yep.
Not fast enough.
Sponsored by Vintage Seltzer. We are sponsored by Smirnoff.
That's right, Smirnoff.
Putting inches on your heels.
That's right. I got new heels on today.
Yes, look at them.
Look at that.
They have a rose on the heel, and they are velvet.
Ooh. Very nice, very nice. Sponsored by Indicron.
Indicron. Also another amazing sponsor.
Meredith, I'm worried about you.
Why?
Because that bottle was awfully low.
It was. Oh my God. Okay, so like the last bottle of vodka that I had been sitting in my freezer for like 2 years. Okay, because I only used it to bake pie crust with, and all of a sudden, between Geekgasm and backer shots and terrible movie nights with Nita in the middle of the night, so I told Pat, I said, we're going to need more vodka. He says, you just bought some like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, yeah, about that.
No, he's not going to let you play with me anymore.
I don't have a problem, really.
It's training. I'm training for my moves.
Yeah, I am Lola, your indie princess. I am the EIC over at indievolt.com, and I am the creator and writer of Lore, which you can find in demand on Indiegogo right now. And I am joined by the lovely Daphne Lage.
Hello. Yes, I'm good. I'm stressed out, but I'm good. Hello, my name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992 because I don't know any better, and I am known for the funny animal fantasy adventure Tall Tales, and my medieval fantasy soap opera Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which I am packing up right now. I was doing that up until we started, so I'm expecting to send up the first wave of packages by Friday, so keep an eye out for that. And you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales, TILS online.com and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And you can check out all my videos on how Mike make comics on YouTube at Daphne Lage, LAGE Art. And if you hear any weird noises in the background, that's my parrot. Obviously, something is really setting him off today. So, that's what's going on in the background.
It's probably hot too.
Yeah. Everyone's hot here. Yeah. Even though I have the AC on and fans or something, it's,
Miss Nita.
My name is Nita Lanning. I am a writer, vlogger, blogger from the swamps of Southeast Louisiana. I am co-founder of Ragin ABC and Ragin Promos with Meredith Logren. I am social media manager of Indie Volt Radio and Arrow Comics. And I am also the co-host of Backer Shots with the lovely Indie Princess every Saturday.
Fun times.
And a Lage simp. Yeah.
Well, I aim to please.
Yes, ma'am.
And our den mom.
Oh, I am Meredith Logren. I am also a co-founder of Ragin ABC, supporting this lady here. Let me do that. Right? Supporting her. You missed it, Nita. There you go. I am the associate editor over at Geek Insider, as well as the executive producer of the Geek Insider podcast. I am a writer. I am a live streamer, and there's a lot of stuff that's on my plate right now, and I can't fix. So I'm just going to sit here, and maybe finish off that bottle of vodka. And I'll pass the mic. And I'll pass the mic over to Cara Nicole.
So I am Cara Nicole, also known as AZ Power Girl. I am the co-creator of and co-writer of Fire Bitch and the Fire Bitch universe, as well as a professional cosplayer with a numerous amounts of cosplay projects, including my current new project up on Kickstarter, 52 card pinup, which is a pinup book of 52 different cosplays, as well as a deck of cards campaign. I also wrote the book Confessions of a Cosplay Diva that was out on Kickstarter last year and kicked ass, and I am too busy to function. So what you all need to do out there in the world is ask me questions, whatever you want to know, because I don't know what you want to know.
And she too has birds in the background, so at least I'm not the only one anymore.
Just the one bird.
And we have another guest.
Ooh.
Mr.
Ooh.
JT Malloy. How are you?
Hello.
Oh, how you doing?
Hi, JT.
Hi.
Feeling adventurous today?
Honestly, I went out to do something and I totally forgot that it was at 8, not 9, and I because it's 8 over here central, and so I'm literally.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry.
I feel your pain.
Why don't you introduce yourself
How's-
for everybody?
How's everyone?
Good.
What was I supposed to do? What?
Introduction.
Who
Let
are you and what do you
everybody
do?
Hi, who's your daddy and what does he do? I'm I'm JT Malloy. I'm the creator, writer, artist of the Sapphire Spectre, an indie comic about a girl who can die, go into the spirit world, fight evil demons and spirits, and come back to her body. That's basically the elevator pitch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Daphne,
Yes.
I see you got your body pillow.
Oh yes. My let me introduce you to my sexy friend here. So I did a thing. If you followed me on Facebook, and I got a body pillow made of Ego Raven. I had gotten the idea when I did the the bookmark. And I thought, you know what? This looks a little too perfect for this idea. So I made a second side. And so yes, it's an actual body pillow that I made. That I had custom done by Furry Dakimakura.
.com, .shopify.com. We could put a link. If you go to my Facebook page and you see the post with the pillow in it, there's a link to that in case you want to make your own body pillows for some reason. So yeah, so this is my weird thing for the for the week.
I love your weirdness.
It's why not both? I mean, it's that and stress drawing porn in the morning.
When I slept and I read
Yeah,
that, I almost died.
That's the other. It's like, you see, I don't drink, so I gotta get the stress out somehow.
Some people exercise. Daphne draws.
He draws porn.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, I've never drawn 8 pages this quickly before. You know. So yeah, all I can say is that if hey
Hose,
hail hose, that's right. You know, and being very hoish today.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
And C.
You can't even spell simping.
All right.
You're simping.
I'm simping.
Uh-huh.
It's like pimping, but without the
no,
lighter.
We lost
Awesome.
JT.
Oh, he'll be back.
Right. Yeah.
And Mr. Varian has questions for us.
Uh-oh. These are fun.
I'm waiting for him to come back in.
Oh, okay.
You have been summoned. Uh-oh.
Who wants to read it?
Oh, okay. Hail hose. Hail hose. Do you ladies feel better now that since Playboy models and porn stars aren't at Comic-Cons anymore? George.
No. I liked it when they were there.
Right. I mean, you know what? It's like I felt very different about it when, back in the day, but now I feel especially really different about it. What happened was that for the longest time, like all the dealers and stuff would blame the models, the bikini models, and not for nothing, the cosplayers too. That's like, nobody spends money on us. They're all here to see the models and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other thing. And what I noticed is that every time someone else cycled out, it was always somebody else to blame when the dealer didn't do well at a show.
Yeah.
And I completely learned my lesson. I mean, I ate crow at one convention. It was a New York Comic-Con, and I sat next to a cosplayer / bikini model. And I'm like going, oh, great. It's like I'm going to have a hard time. But instead, I became completely fascinated by this woman's hustle. And just because, she's a model and whatnot and selling, cosplay photos and whatnot, she has to work it like the rest of us. And I got to a point where it's like, guys would come up and they would she would do her spiel and they'd be like all giggling and shit because it's like they were really there to kind of I don't know, kind of like flirt. And I'm standing there going, just buy her fucking photos. She's not going to date you. Just buy her photos and move on. Like I was getting mad for her. And she had this whole thing too where she was selling top loaders, and if she saw anybody walking around with a print or something, she would hustle the top loaders to, like she had a whole thing. After that convention, I swore I would never talk shit about a model or a cosplayer ever again, because you guys work just as hard as the rest of us at a convention, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be there too. So
I'm like, what year was this? That might have been me. Because a lot of girls don't know those things. And I teach them, I'm like, oh, get yourself some top loaders.
Right.
Yeah, no, I
don't know. It's like, all I know is, I couldn't tell you what year it was. It was a while ago because it's become almost impossible to get into New York Comic Con.
I know. I haven't been since, I want to say 15 for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am so glad you said that, because it's hard to stand up for yourself, because people always think that, you're just flexing on stuff, or bragging, and you don't actually, but that's exactly what I was one of the first cosplayers to ever purchase my own table. I did not follow the cosplayer ideal of what you do, which is to mooch off of an artist,
Right.
get it, be cute, leave all the time and go do photo shoots. No, I bought a table. I stood behind it. I hustled. I did my, I did what I had a photo book that, you know, was set up like an artist sketchbook, comic book sized, you know, different panels, different photos, writing, like the whole shebang. And so, you know, and you're right. They will always find someone else to blame.
Yeah.
Oh, you put me next to someone with the same setup as me.
Right.
Oh, I can't be next to writers. And oh, you put me near crafts. And the thing is it's like, if you have a wall of prints that is all the same fan art, that is more competition than wall of prints, book writer, craft, another wall of prints, cosplayer. You know, it really needs to mix it up. However, as a cosplayer, I will say they really need to put us on the end or in a spot where you can get out of your table.
Oh, yeah. No. Actually, I'm hoping that's the one thing about social distancing. They keep at conventions where they separate the tables by 3 feet. You know, so we have that 3 feet space between tables. Because, I've always hated that it's like they always bunch up. Because you'd be amazed at how many people are just goddamn rude and just pile up their stuff like behind them so that you can't leave your table.
Yep, been there.
You know, and it's like, you know, and then they get mad when you crawl over their stuff. And I'll be like, bitch, you know, you're the one who left your shit here.
Well, you don't know that shit there. Take that crap back to the hotel.
Right, exactly. You know, so so it's like I'm hoping they keep that distance between tables.
But so the question being, Playboy models, pornsters aren't at Comic-Cons anymore. They've just been replaced by cosplayers that have OnlyFans and show it all.
Right.
And I don't want to like pigeonhole cosplayers that
I've seen those, but I've seen
But there are girls who literally go into cos porn, and it's fine. I'm not saying that in a degrading way, but it is an industry now, and that's what they do.
Right. Yeah, at Boston Comic Con, there was a group of cosplayers that they had their regular, they had like their clean stuff on the table, and then they had built a booth with a curtain. I mean, it was so 42nd Street that you had to go in one at a time to see all the cosplay porno in there. So it was just funny, but yeah.
We have another question off this question.
Oh, okay. How do y'all feel about cosplayers who feel entitled to have the con pay for the flight and hotel? If there's some cosplayers, professional cosplay. Yeah, it's like the one I could think of is like maybe like Yaya Han. There was like maybe like Kamui cosplay. I mean, it's like that they're just like really like icons, I guess, in cosplay, or at least last I checked. I haven't been following this.
Kamui and Yaya, absolutely.
So it's like, they would be guests just like anybody else. But I mean, it's like if you have somebody who buys like a costume at Spirit Halloween and then they expect the same treatment, that's a little different. But that they get weeded out. They get weeded out.
Okay. I'm actually like kind of insulted by that question, because there are artists who are brought out as guests, their flight, their hotel, everything is paid for because the convention sees that this creator is, or this artist has value.
Yeah.
And the thing is not every cosplayer is deserving of that. I can tell you right now, I have never been to a convention where people have literally not gone out of their way to go to that show to see me. And if there are people going out of their way to go to a show that maybe they didn't know existed or had no intention of going to, but because I was going to be there or going to be there, I deserve some cred. I'm not saying that means everything, but depending on what the show is, where it is, what's going on, yes, I have had everything comped for me because I was the big cosplay guest. And I have paid my dues. I have more comic book covers than many artists, many line artists. So to the idea that person, because they draw, has more value than a cosplayer, we do the same thing. So,
and I wanted to add to that too. I know, over the past year and a half, speaking to a lot of cosplayers, there are some of them professional cosplayers who spend tens of thousands on their costumes.
Yeah.
That not to mention the time and effort it takes to get professional photographs done, and then going out there and hustling and stuff like that. So to what Cara Nicole was saying, you are a draw. There's a reason why you get invited. Now if you're out there and you're just kind of putting your costume together and you're a first timer, that's one of the things that I've also found with cosplayers is that it's kind of, they embrace each other. If you're starting out, it's like, hey, that's great, and then you learn the tips and tricks to build up your wardrobe, to build up your costumes and things like that. And you go to more, and that you are paying your dues. You are going there. And honestly, having gone to some of the conventions too, most people, they go to like the big stars, right? But they will stop a cosplayer and say, can I take a photograph with you? Do you do that with an artist? A lot of times, maybe not. I mean, Nita, I'd have to hold her back if Daphne was at a convention, right? Because she'd be all over her. But for the most part,
she'd be watching. She'd be watching the table with me. That's
I would totally be your slave.
Totally. Like Daphne's like, I got to go for a pee break, and Nita would be like, yeah, I'll watch your stuff.
I'd be like, here, hold the pillow.
but for the most part, in my experience, a lot of people don't necessarily stop the artist or stop the comic book writer or an author or something to take a photograph unless they're a huge fan. But they will take that snapshot of the cosplayer because that is a memento. That is just like, I was here and look who I was standing with, so yeah, I mean, they pay their dues and they put the time and effort and money into their costumes to be a premier cosplayer.
That's what I'm saying. Some of these cosplayers look like Fredericks of Hollywood, and if they're drawing people in, then yeah. But some of them look like they come out of Dollar Tree, and no,
it is what it is, But I mean, but that doesn't mean. Yeah. No, go ahead, Cara.
For me though, like, so when I first started cosplaying, it was, oh, can I get a picture of you when I was in costume? And if I was not in costume, I was left alone. Then things changed. I was not in costume. Can I get a picture with you? It's like, oh, I'm not even in costume yet. Why don't you? No, I want a picture of you. I want a picture with you.
Right.
Sarah has a question for us.
How far have any of you traveled to go to a convention?
Mine's 18 or 19 hours in a car.
Ew. But yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, the physically distant is, I mean, San Diego Comic-Con, but yeah, to spend that type of time in a car, that was when we went to Kentucky Comic-Con. We went to Louisville. Louisville, in Kentucky, and yeah, and it felt like we were in the car for 19 hours.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, we do so many cons that I kind of lose count because we're just traveling nonstop.
Yeah,
you just lose count of that. You just, okay, we're going here. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But I wanted to say something about this question that's up on the board here. Playboy models and porn stars aren't at Comic Cons anymore. It's like, I've met a few. I've met a few porn stars too, and they know that their business is not well received except in the privacy of our homes. So when they're out in public, they are probably some of the most well-mannered people who dress classy, who speak eloquently for the most part, at least in my experience, right? So I don't know what the hell the problem is.
It's a combination of sex shaming and just oh, these people take away money from us, and it's like, Look, honestly, I'm more annoyed by the random celebrities that conventions bring to, it's like, they call themselves a Comic-Con, but then like all their emphasis is on the celebrities rather than the actual comics. I mean,
Right.
there are other issues that I kind of have problems with that conventions do. I mean, even like when conventions, like, they depend on the cosplayers to be there, because it adds like a kineticism to their conventions that they themselves are not willing to create for their shows. So it's kind of like the cosplayers are giving them free publicity, or something. I mean, which kind of like that kind of weirds me out a bit, because it just feels like the convention is taking advantage. But yeah,
And
Now-
I'm really frustrated by people who,
16 hours. Yeah.
Again, with the Comic Cons, comic books, you think, and you'll have somebody who will haggle a writer or an artist down for their work at a table, but they'll spend like $100 for a celebrity autograph.
Not just that. We were at a convention in Washington, D.C., and there was, and they had like, they had like a whole Doctor Who. No, William Shatner was there. And there was a special pass that you could get that got you everything. That it was just like, you get to hang out with them, you got the photo, you got the, whatever, right? And this pass was $900 to get. $900, like either 700 or 900, but still though, either way, right? And this dude comes up to our table, and we have we have comics for $1. Okay. And we had at the time, we also had some extra books that we were selling for $2. And this guy was like poking at our stuff going, oh, I don't know. $2. And then we look around his neck, and he had that honking $700 VIP pass around his neck. And it's like, yeah. And you're haggling us for $2.
That's because he spent the grocery money to see Shatner.
Right. Yeah. But it's like, bro, don't do that,
Yeah.
Welcome back, JT.
Yeah, hi. I'm indoors now.
Oh, that's good. Yes, I would think it'd be
so sorry.
easier than being in your car.
I've met one or two of you before, but this is a bad first impression.
No, that's fine. It's fine. We're a hot mess anyway, so you fit right in.
I feel like one right now.
So what was the longest? So what was the furthest or the longest you went for a convention?
Who, me?
Yeah, like distance wise or hours wise, or
I'm still kind of like green to the convention scene. Like I've been to a few of them. I've had a few tables myself, but I mean, so far, I guess the longest I drove was Springfield, because I'm from Chicago, or the Chicagoland area. Grew up on the south side in Oak Lawn, but I live in the west suburbs now. And yeah, that was like the longest I drove just for one convention.
And for context sake, that's how many hours?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Springfield. That's the capital, so that's like it's pretty far down south in Illinois. And actually, Cara, I'm pretty sure you were at that one too.
Yeah,
it was like 2 years ago. Yeah, you were doing like a contest. We're judging a contest. Yeah, so that's probably like 4 hours.
Oh,
5
yeah.
hours
Okay, yeah, that would time me out. Yeah,
that's a quick drive for us.
Yeah, I've been meaning to, now that I kind of have the means, and now that I'm like, I used to work for Cold War, which was like Ash Masco and Ashley Witter's company, and I've started to kind of do my own stuff. So now I've got my own thing going on, and so now that I would love to get to like much more cities now, and like just, I don't know. I still need to find like a decent resource that just has all of them listed. Like, I don't know if like anybody ever compiled something like that.
There used to be websites that would do that. I guess like with nothing going on for a year and a half. It's like I'm trying to remember which websites we followed that listed everything.
Yeah, and now that everything's starting to open up, and like, some of them are still like, should we? Some of them are totally yes, we are. So it's like, then that's a status kind of thing too. So you don't know where, I don't know. But I don't know. The long and short of it is I do want to travel more and get some more conventions and get some more cities and stuff. And now that I'm starting to have a couple of fans here, and they're actually starting to say, hey, come to Texas, come to Michigan, come to this and that. So that's pretty cool, and I definitely want to. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Next question.
Ooh, an angry one. Oh, fact, y'all. Okay.
You guys said angry.
All right, yeah. I was super offended by a comment you ladies made a few episodes ago regarding artist hours. It was a purity test period. So I'm not a serious artist because I managed to get to sleep at 10 p.m. and wake up at noon. Fuck off, Carla R. Well, you can fuck off anyway.
Yeah, fuck off, man.
But that's not what we were talking about. I remember the conversation. It's like, look, look, long hours is what killed this guy. Okay. The artist for Berserk. I mean, it's like the Japanese literally have a word for dying at your desk because you work hard. You just keep working. And this guy died. I mean, I think he also had some chronic illnesses, but still though too. His hours were insane. So I kind of don't remember exactly, what we were talking about, in terms of context. But the thing is, though, is that, get some sleep. Yeah, absolutely get sleep. It's like you do not, it's like get away from your table. I mean, I use a Fitbit that reminds me to get away from my table every hour, because it's like also not only do you need your sleep, you have to protect your hands. And it's like you have to protect your wrists, you have to protect, your back. It's like, so you don't want to be sitting constantly grinding. I mean, as much as, rise and grind, the idea is like, no, that is not healthy at all. So yeah, get your sleep. It's like, like whatever hours you need to take to get health, to do your artwork in a healthy way, do it. But fuck you too.
Am I the only one that's seeing this? This motherfucker's on here bitching about getting 14 hours fucking sleep. Artist or not, I would never fucking get 14 hours of sleep.
Well, that also, if you're also getting 14, if you also need regularly 14 hours of sleep, that's also something you probably need to talk to your doctor about.
Yeah, you got enough time to piss, masturbate, eat, draw something, and go to bed.
To be irony, because if this is just straight up anger, that
yeah, obviously they misunderstood. They probably misunderstood, because I would never advocate rise and grind.
No, you wouldn't. In fact, the only thing I recall from that episode is you specifying how you had a bedtime.
Right. Yeah. No. Absolutely. There's a particular manga artist that I always reference, but I always forget his name. And he used to work with Tezuka and everybody, and they would always goof on him for getting sleep, for having a bedtime, for having a schedule. That it's like that at a certain time, like 6 o'clock, he would stop working and whatnot. And he would get goofed on all the time. And he was saying, well, I'm the only one left alive out of the entire group. So, I can still work, so it's like, who's laughing now, so it's like, yeah, that I don't think any of us advocate that type of unhealthy,
But fuck you, Carla, for getting 14 hours.
Yeah.
Bitch.
No, really. I think you need to.
I have a 9 to 5. Yeah. I have a 9 to 5, and I do my own comic book. Right? Drawing colors. Like, really?
So, right? And you're only awake 10 hours out of the day. So what? You wake up, you eat breakfast, you might have a chance to masturbate, draw a picture, eat again, and go to sleep.
Right.
My God, Nita, I love you. You are like a woman after my own heart. I adore you.
Nita steals all our hearts.
And this is the moment she died.
I know that Cara has to leave soon, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, let's talk about let's talk about the all the topics today. Cosplaying, the grind that she still has to do, to promote her work, because being a cosplayer doesn't make it easy for some reason.
You don't just like sit around our house naked masturbating all day waiting for guys to come and let us know that they want us to like listen to them masturbate. Like, if you're gonna send me a message of you like
fapping
cooking your chicken and fapping to my pictures, like, and you want it to be like this whole vocal thing, you probably shouldn't be done in like 15 seconds.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so this is my my
Also,
book.
at least buy a book first.
Buy a book first. Someone asked me once, so what do you tell people about, like, you know, because what they do with your photos? I said, oh, I tell them to laminate them.
Yeah.
So they can swipe and wipe. I get
Right,
it.
exactly.
I
Swipe
actually
and
had
wipe.
a
Hashtag swipe and wipe, right? So 52 cards pinup.
real quick, Cara. True
Uh-oh.
story. I actually had that happen to me. The guy sent a picture of the picture that he did that on.
Oh my god.
See,
I was like,
stop being fucking
thank
rude.
you.
Stop being fucking rude. It's so fucking rude. God damn. Like, okay, so 52 card pinup is a deck of cards. It is a deck of cards, but it is also a square bound book that is comic book size. You can collect it, all those things. So you get the big picture, but you can have to get the little picture. And every single card has a different character on it. I did not repeat characters in the deck.
Oh.
And I don't want to get some bullshit.
Oh, that's interesting.
Cover right there, and then you have a black cat in the thing, so you did repeat. It's like, no, this is a cover that's different. I did not repeat costumes in the deck of cards. And I did do specials for the queens, Dolly Parton, Elvira, because and they're like our queens. And then Fire Bitch and my hostess from my books, Fire Bitch and Unstable Frequencies. And the kings are all me in tiaras.
There you go. Damn
Like
straight.
just me, no costume, just me. So I did a lot of super fun things with this, and there are add-ons. We're always adding new add-ons, new print add-ons, whatever. We've got a fantastic VIP package that comes with all the books and the prints and the bottle opener and even a medal that says VIP.
There you go.
So because I can't do math, that means that you get that if you buy the book and the cards, you get 104 images.
No, you actually get more than that, because we have the Joker, we have the Jokers, and then we also met a couple of our stretch goals in regards to additional cards, the Old Maid card and a wild card. And
I love that Velma. I love that. I mean, I think the Velma is the most striking.
Everybody
I love the Velma.
You know, and I'm like, fuck Velma. When I actually looked like Velma in in my real life, like, you know, when I was a kid, I got my ass kicked.
Well, we love Velma now, so. But
it's like, why are all the Velma cosplayers single? Because nobody actually likes Velma. Y'all a bunch of fucking liars. You want to be seen as an intellectual, but we all know you're a dirty bag of crap.
Oh no.
I'm a dirty bag of crap too. Like, okay, if Velma looked like in the show, oh my god, where's my glasses? You know, then maybe, but really she's more like, you're gonna need to put a towel down.
Oh, no.
You need to clean up that mess. Yes, the top package is sold out. There, you know, there's the second to top package. I think there's one left of the second to top package as well. There might be two. We've got prints available as add-ons. We also have an oversized 24 by 36 inch poster. We've got holofoil prints. So yeah, it's you know, got all kinds of fun stuff. The Black Cat cover is now available as a print.
Black Cat is the correct cosplay.
I like that. And then we also have this. It's on a special.
Yeah.
It's on a special.
I like that one too. Yeah.
So this is a 24 by 36 inch poster.
Ooh.
And you know, if people want to know why the shipping is, you know, not like the other ones, it's because it has to be shipped separately because it is so big. I need to update that because we have also met the magnet goal. And yeah, so that's kind of where we are. I do have to get going, so please, everybody, jump on in, take a look at my campaign, and get all those stretch goals, including 3 songs. Our 3-song EP will be released for it because, you know, yeah, we've got some music that we put in as stretch goals.
And that's 52 card pinup on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So everyone go check that out.
Man, just flying through. Look at that. Look at that. Just flying through all the stretch goals.
Trying.
9 days left. 9 days left.
We've got the dealership coming up next. So let's,
Power Girl is the best.
Now, Cara Nicole, since you have to get going soon, where can people find you besides your Kickstarter campaign?
You can find me anywhere as AZ Power Girl. You can find me on OnlyFans, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the places as AZ Power Girl.
I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you so much. You know, I always
fun.
hanging out with you guys.
You're always welcome. Anytime, just message me.
Absolutely. Thank you again. I'll see y'all later.
Wow.
Thanks, Cara.
Bye. And then number 5.
Yeah. But I do have to admit, though, that was like a weird misinterpretation of a conversation, that last card, wasn't it? I mean, I just, I don't know. It's like, I guess like people either like half listen to the show or they only get snippets of
selective,
it.
Right. Yeah. Selective listening or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Just like take stuff in and internalize it and decide to interpret it a certain way.
Hello?
Where it's like you could have interpreted it the way they meant it without meaning that the other way doesn't work too or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I never do overnighters, you know, like all nighters. I never do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna keep my mouth shut, but I decided not to.
Oh, okay.
Look. I spent a lot of time at the drawing board or doing something. I think what this person may be misinterpreting is
who's moving around?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Who else has the keys? Yeah, Meredith. Yeah. Here's the thing. I spent a lot of time up. You know, I guess last night I got to sleep at 5 a.m. and I woke up at 10:30. Okay, to start my day.
Yeah.
Actually, 10. I didn't get out of bed at 10:30. In my opinion, there's a direct connection between the time that you spend putting into whatever it is you're doing, your project, and its success or your own success.
Right.
So don't be mad when you see people thriving and you know why. You know they're thriving because they're at that art desk to 3-4 in the morning.
Right.
And then they're back up. Yeah, and they're probably grouchy and you can't do it because I'm telling you right now, I had a girlfriend who told me my body will tell me when I've had enough sleep.
No.
And she would sleep until 1-2 in the afternoon.
Like like I said, there's you can sleep too little.
Hello, Sarah.
And you can sleep too much.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. You're not supposed to be sleeping 14 hours a day,
right?
just like you're not supposed to be sleeping 4 hours.
Carla needs some antidepressants and an early morning jump start. You know,
right?
But she did. She
14 hours. Come on.
Yeah,
girl.
no, that's no.
That's not the first time you guys been told to beat the F off, though, is it?
No,
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's like not even offensive anymore.
It's like
my heart's broken.
Like I said, I'm more not offended, but just the fact that, bro, that's not what we were talking about. We never advocate that. You know, I mean, that's absolutely not.
In fact, Daphne was saying the opposite. I mean, the complete opposite. I couldn't say anything because Meredith and I are guilty. But whatever.
That's an individual thing. But the thing is, though, you do have to take care of yourselves.
But fuck off.
Yeah,
off.
Exactly.
Pops.
Hey, Pops.
I can understand that. She said, yeah.
I mean, it's like you have to go with what's comfortable, like what your rhythm. You have to find your rhythm. I mean, last night I didn't go to bed until like midnight, and that's like really pushing it for me, But the thing is, though, it's like I just have so much work to do, but I literally had to force myself to go to bed. I mean, it's like, look, it's like I'm just like really on a roll here with stuff, but yeah, it's like I know that if I push myself tonight, I'm gonna suffer tomorrow. So whatever time that I think I'm saving by pushing myself tonight, I'm going to lose it tomorrow. So yeah, you have to find your rhythm and not hurt yourself. Look, I've spent 3 days with my hands in like Epsom salt and hot water and not being able to use them because I pushed a little too hard. No, that's not fun. I'd rather not.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my god.
Oh, we got a question from the chat.
Okay. I'll let you guys read. This ain't my show.
Oh, okay. Hello, ladies. What do you think of the possibility of Judge Dredd TV series featuring a female? I'm excited. If it's Judge Anderson, sure. I'm kind of not excited with this whole trend of changing iconic. Look, I'm just gonna just be blunt about it. Iconic male characters into female characters, like that means something. Because it doesn't. It's like I'm not someone. I am not someone. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm saying it. I am not someone who is like I don't want character leftovers. You know, I don't want a female James Bond. I want Charlize Theron as Atomic Blonde. I don't even remember the name of the character. You know, yeah, exactly. You know, I don't need. You know, it's like. It's like that does nothing for me. Like to give me like to change Judge Dredd as a woman, especially since the symbolism of that character is very specific to maleness. If you know the origins of Judge Dredd, him being female wouldn't work to those origins. So it doesn't like there was like a recent thing about they're turning Pinhead into not doing a female Pinhead. And it's like, really, it's like everything you can do with Cenobites and you know, you already have female Cenobites. I mean, it's like you couldn't just use them. You had, I mean, like I said, it doesn't mean anything to me. So I'm not impressed by it. You know, look, I had to spend the last 15 years putting up with the term strong female character. So, and I hate that term so much. But yeah, it's like if they use like Judge Anderson or whatnot, that'd be great. You know, like I love the Dredd movie. But yeah, if they're just gender swapping characters for the sake of trying to profit off of like the most superficial aspect of my identity, I'm not really interested.
Right. And I mean, even 2000 AD was supposed to be kind of a pastiche of like over the top male violence.
Right. Yeah.
But it actually kind of works a whole lot less if it's a woman, you know, like, I don't know. That's like making American Psycho a woman. It's like, it's the same thing. Like,
right. I mean, it's very right. And nobody cared and nobody saw it. So, you know,
how like dare somebody replace Joseph Dredd with a woman? Unless it's Judge Judy, because she could probably take
that's a different judge, you know. But yeah, it doesn't because it's like Patrick Bateman wouldn't make sense as a woman. You know, and it's like, you know, Patrick Bateman, that's my boy, you know. It's like, because mind you, it's like, look, it's like I can discern fiction and reality, so that's my boy. Just because I like these psychopaths doesn't mean I want them in my life. You know, they're just characters like Tyler Durden. Like Tyler Durden would not work as a female. Would not work as a female character. Would not work. Oh, that's funny. Right? Like, yeah, Tyler Durden. The entire Fight Club premise would not have worked if you just switched. If you know, I don't know, if you got Sharon Stone.
Yeah, it's like, what's the first rule of Fight Club? Take off your earrings, bitch.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, there are just certain things that you're not doing me any favors by gender swapping.
No, not at all.
You know, I want new characters. I want characters. You know, I don't want this whole, we can, you know, this seems to be the hot thing to do.
Right.
Rather than we're doing a character, you know. You know, she would have to. Yes,
I really hate that you're seeing more and more of that, because it's like the takedown of the males. And I'm sorry, I'm the mother of 3 boys, 3 young men, and I've got a stepson, and I have a great husband. And it's like, I don't want the takedown of men. I want strong alpha males. that to me is important because they're the ones who are out there, and it's like, sure, you have your stereotypes and things like that.
Well, yeah,
but I don't want to, even in our media, it just seems like we're inundated with this thing. And you guys can send hate mail to me too, but even in our
I'm typing this shit up right now.
but you're right though.
You're constantly fed this thing, and it's like the takedown of the male, and why?
No, but
I don't even see it that way though. I see it the opposite.
Hold on, Mike, Cam, chat. I'm looking for the cancel button.
Oh,
well, while I can see your perspective,
if I don't
know, nobody can cancel me. They never supported the pilot.
I'm ready to be canceled. So, I'm going to say this, Meredith. While I respect and can see your perspective as a mother of 2 sons, I don't like the emasculating of the men. But I also feel spat upon when you're saying that because I have a vagina, I'm not worthy of originality.
No, I didn't say that. I did not.
No,
I know you didn't. No, I know you
idea
that they're doing.
I know I'm talking about. Idea, yeah. Right. That's where my mind goes.
And this is like kind of piggybacking off of what Daphne was saying, is that there is no reason why we can't have strong female characters on their own merit. You don't have to go and take a male character that's already established, who has a genesis story, who has this history and all of it. Exactly. It's just like, well, why are you doing that as a powerful female, with character, with your own backstory? It's like, let's get creative and develop these characters. Don't just wash over an established character, give her a vagina and say, hey, good to go.
Well, yeah.
I'm offended by that.
Marv brings up a point, because toxic masculinity was originally coined, it's an academic term. It was originally coined in academia. And like everything else in academia, it gets taken by the public masses and completely distorted until it's meaningless. And even the person who came up with the term toxic masculinity doesn't want to use it anymore. Like I don't remember who, but they don't want
to bastardized,
because they say that it's like they cannot. The term doesn't mean what they meant, so it's impossible to have a conversation that they meant with that phrase. So it's just and because that's the thing, because toxic masculinity is supposed to mean, it is supposed to be in reference to, I guess like a term that everybody knows is like machismo to like the nth degree, where it's like we're talking about the fact that like men in general, they have shorter lifespans, they don't see doctors, they have problems expressing emotions, the whole thing, because of this whole machismo attitude, to the point where it becomes a detriment to men. But instead, it's turned into this whole thing where it's like, well, if you're not a woman, you're automatically toxic. And what's kind of funny is to see that term actually being used against trans men as well, because it's like, oh, now that you've transitioned to masculinity, now you're the enemy. Now that's poisonous. That masculinity itself is toxic, and not the certain attitudes that are associated with. So we can't have a discussion. So not even the person who coined the phrase cannot have this conversation anymore. Which ironically is also the whole thing with the whole alpha. There's actually no such thing. The research was faulty, and again, the researchers are like, no, that's not what we meant by alpha. But that's.
People always ask me, alpha, beta. I'm like, I don't know. Like, you look at ants, and there's like a queen and workers. I'm like the one that's running off, like, away from them, just like, where the fuck am I?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what you call that.
Femininity.
Is there a C?
Right. Well, there is toxic femininity. You just ask Emmett Till about that. Yeah, that's a different conversation.
But yeah, as far as swapping
oh my god
genders of characters goes, it's like we how long ago just finally got a Wonder Woman movie, and now we're already swapping. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah.
There are a lot of female characters
Yeah,
that need their
exactly.
due. You know?
Yeah.
Like, where's Fathom? Where's a non-shitty Witchblade? Like, come on. Give me
Nita,
like
are
the
you
cool
okay?
stuff before
No,
you
Daphne
start
hurt.
swapping out Judge Dredd.
Vodka through the nose. And even Marvelous was saying, you've got Ripley, Sarah Connor, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
You know, you've got all of these powerful female characters. It's like, let's develop those. Let's make more stories like that.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the funny thing about Ripley too. You know, it's like, again, it's like this. I'm a fountain of useless knowledge. The original character for Ripley was supposed to be a male character, and they decided, and I guess the last minute they decided that they wanted to please don't do that. You'll hurt yourself. Sit down before you hurt yourself. And all they did was they changed the gender of the character, but the thing is though is that the character was a character first. That's why the swapping worked.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like how Tina and Bob's Burgers still has a guy's voice because she was supposed to be a male character and they switched because they go, oh, we need to have a female, but the character still works because the character is still a character first.
My cup runneth over from your fountain of knowledge.
You know, so yeah, so it's you know, it's yeah, you see, that's the thing. You can't just swap characters if you don't have a character first, which is the reason why I have a problem with the term strong female character, because way too many people, way too many writers use that term as an end all. That it's like, oh, I just told you she's a strong female character, so I don't have to do anything else.
Wrong.
Just take my word for it. And it's like, no, you actually have to develop that character. So that's why I'm always get suspicious when someone's a strong female character as they're describing their work, because I'm like, oh, okay, so you're either really attached to this marketing term or you're a lazy writer. So,
and I'm willing to bet.
Yeah, you know, so.
I think the only times I've ever used that for my character.
Right. Oh, and
is if I
JT,
was
by the
putting
way,
registered trademark next to it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, JT,
Strong
if you
female
hear
character.
if you hear any weird noises, that's my parrot, because I saw you like turn your head a couple of times when.
I
So
legit thought that was coming from this room.
no. That's my parrot. That's my parrot over here. He's, you know, he acts up whenever I'm on a live stream. So yeah. So
Nice.
just so
Can
you
it sing?
know.
Can it sing?
No, he doesn't. It's mostly just smoke detectors, garbage trucks, and right. No, for real. Yeah, for real. You know, although what's funny though, if you do want to read a book, if you do want to read a comic that actually kind of is based on the idea of that, it's Meta Barons. I swear, it's really like, this is what happens when you have a society that's so determined to protect this idea of maleness at all cost that it literally destroys them. I mean, it's a brilliant work. So yeah.
I seen Randy pop in. Randy, did you want to say anything about the female dread?
No, I've just been listening to everybody else and totally agree.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm a longtime reader of 2000 AD and a big fan. And when I saw what they were planning on doing, I literally got disgusted. So
yeah, it's just marketing gone crazy.
Yeah, they desperately need to go through and make a good Judge Dredd TV series first, and then take Mega City 1 is huge anyway. They can do 1,000 stories off of that.
Yeah.
And actually bring in a lot of female judges after that.
Yeah.
But the whole point of Judge Dredd, like I think JT said, was to drive that point home. It's a statement about the American legal system that's amazingly well done. And the fact that he is the pushy police male is a genuine part of that story. It's like it's like Pinhead in And it all serves to forward the metaphor. In fact, Dredd is kind of a clone. He is the ultimate personification of the overbearing law.
Right, and mind you, and when he was created, he was really originally a satirist symbol of fascist Spain.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, so
created
fascist in the real word.
Yeah, co-created by a Spaniard.
Yeah, exactly. So so there's a specificity to these decisions that marketers nowadays, they just think, oh, just I just put a bitch in and everyone will watch it. It's like, that's kind of like how it feels like.
All right.
Ooh.
So I am going to share this book. If my computer wants to work. Hold on.
Speaking of originality,
Yeah, here we go. Original characters.
There we go.
I don't need a clone. Yeah. And a project we love. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Congratulations.
I don't think my first one got that. That's pretty cool. I wonder how they
speaking of first issue, I was just snapping pictures for Instagram, and look what I've got.
Oh, there we go.
Nice. The Alfred
Yes.
cover. Oh,
I've
look,
got
I signed
that.
it too.
Yes, you did.
I recognize
And I've got the
logo
print,
anyway.
and I have a whole bunch of other things. So
Nice.
yeah,
Alfred just popped
very
that into
nice.
my,
Looking for
halfway through the first campaign, Alfred just gave me that print, and he was just like, "Hey, guess what? I drew this," and I'm like, "Thank
love
you."
it. Yeah,
awesome.
looking forward to issue 2.
Oh my god, 2 is so funny and fun, and then scary in that order. It like starts out madcap with this little, you see that little anime chibi. I call her Sapphire She-Bee, like she, then the hyphen and the letter B. So there's a reason for that arrangement of letters, and she is like kind of stalking Sylvia / Sapphire Spectre, and it's just like I wanted to like. Okay, this is all how it all started. I was talking to Ashley Witter one day on DM, and we were just bullshitting, and then she's like, "You should draw a chibi character of your. She should draw a chibi of your character. Those like sell really well." And I was like, "All right, so like this," and I did like a mock-up, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I can make this a story." You know what I mean? Like, not only just can I, make this a sticker or something, I could turn it into something real. So since this is like a ghost world, like I just figured that like the ghost can take a form of a chibi looking like her, kind of like the way that Batmite pesters Batman, or Mr. Mixie-Spitlick pesters Superman. I wanted to have something like that. So yeah, it like starts somewhere funny, and then it gets kind of dark toward the end, and definitely very Sapphire Spectre by the end. So, and there's speaking of Ashley, there's her cover there, and it's so killer. She just asked me, "Can I go full Sailor Moon on this?" And I'm like, "Yes, please. Let's definitely do that." So
yeah, that she's legit. I mean, it's because if you see Squarriors, you would never think she could draw.
Right, dude, it's crazy. The paintings she does, like in the panels,
yeah.
just like it's like the interior art is just as crazy as the exterior. That's David Fott, who's done stuff for Big Dog Inc. Totally rad. He's so cool. I love like just the way he draws faces is like how I wish I could get mine to come out of my head. But yeah, that one is I do like a punk rock album cover every campaign. I'm deciding. So this is the Adolescents, and it's their famous like blue album, self-titled album. Everybody's got a blue album. 311 has one, Weezer has one, but the Adolescents, that's if you're a punk rocker, that's the blue album. So I wanted to draw for that one. I drew that. I wanted to have like an American comic torn in half to reveal a manga underneath it. So that was kind of fun.
That to me is awesome. I love the marriage. I'm sorry. I know there's some people anti and pro either way, but I'm all about both.
That was pretty cool. I'm not even much of a manga anime guy. Like if I'm gonna confess, like I think it's cool. I just never
well, then
knew
even more respect.
Never knew where to start. You know what I mean? Like so. This is more of, if not a pastiche, like a minor homage in the way that I was doing the chibi. And this is I've been friends with her on Instagram for many years now. Trina, Harley Quinn _SLC, and she's an awesome cosplayer. And she's got a lot of followers over there. She's a big gamer. She does stuff on Twitch too. and she totally nailed the character. Her husband took those pictures, and he's an awesome photographer too. And yeah, I wanted like, and I added like those little ghosty wispies and stuff. So,
and of course the J Scott
Yeah.
homage.
for the first issue, I did Amazing Spider-Man 300, and because I didn't even want to do 300, but everybody kind of pushed me into it, and I was like, all right, you know what, actually this is fun. So I ended up liking it. And then for this one, I was like, all right, well, I'm a huge Spidey fan, so might as well do another Spidey homage. Oh, I know what to do. And like while the whole recent controversy was going on with him again in this cover or whatever, I like was looking at it and I'm like, I could totally make this Melissa, that's the Sapphire Spectre's roommate, who's a punk rocker, like holding a PBR and a cigarette, and the cigarette is making the trail of coffee smoke that like, or steam, you know, but it's actually smoke. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, the tiers, there's lots and lots of just the covers and all the stretch goals, and then like all the covers and the stretch goals, and then there's the yeah, like a guest artist pack, a me pack. Kind of do that one just in case a relative is like, oh, which ones are yours? I just want yours. So and then the yeah, the cosplay pack, and then there's some tiers with original art at the bottom and sketch cover drawings, which I always love jamming out. It's just some of my favorite things to do. Just put on some headphones, blast the key, and draw stuff. And yeah, and then I've got add-ons for whatever I've got left in stock from issue 1. So that was pretty fun. That was Hannah Blue who drew that. Alfred drew that. Travis Starling drew that. Everybody loved that.
Wow. So if you're into like variants, you got variants for everybody. Yeah.
I also didn't want to overdo it. Every once in a while I'll see a campaign and sometimes it works for them, but sometimes it doesn't. Like it's almost like there's too many. It's like when you open up Netflix and you're like, what should I watch?
Right.
Oh, there's a barrage of stuff hitting me in the eye, so I'm not going to watch any of it. You know what I mean? So I kind of
like this panel right here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. If you look into the dialogue there, she's actually saying, who are you and why are you making me rethink my stance on licensing? I was proud of that quip. And then that's the Bean in Millennium Park in Chicago. And I one day walked past it while having headphones on, and I was like, what if a bunch of spiders jumped out of it?
Ew!
Like it was a giant sack or something. And so like I had that happen. And there's a backup story that's in Bachelor's Grove, which is a couple miles from where I grew up. It's like a very haunted cemetery in Chicagoland area. Yeah, stretch goals. Josh C. Lyman, awesome artist, drew those stickers. They're gonna be die cut. I love his chibis. Travis Starling is back drawing a print. I love that picture of Trina there. It is so cool. Just the lighting on it is so killer. And Chibi Button. And then the next one's going to be trading cards, which I'll have to update later on because we have passed 6,000.
Oh,
nice.
So yeah,
so what were your goal? Oh, okay, so you've made goal. You have 17 days left to go. So yeah, okay, so you're in the safe zone at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right.
If you could indulge me for 1.5 minutes, if you could just play that video. I edit and shoot the videos myself.
Oh, okay,
I'm
cool.
a video editor.
I have to reshare. I didn't share the audio.
Oh, okay, yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, I'm a video editor 9 to 5. So.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, because usually I've been seeing some like really slamming videos, and it turns out it's like, oh, somebody else did it for me. So so now it's like I get to see what you do with your own video.
I'm the guy people are starting to come to for this.
Hey, quick reintroduction. Alive, Sylvia Sloan, dead, Sapphire Spectre. Now, just wanted to take this time to thank everyone who backed issue number 1. We were floored by the turnout and the response, and we had a blast fulfilling it. And oh man, you guys are gonna love issue 2 even more because I finally meet and fight my ultimate nemesis, the Violet Void.
Hey, Senpai! What the Silly Senpai, you don't fight Violet Void until issue 3. You get to hang with me in issue 2.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know. I just forgot.
Don't worry, I'll show off the interiors. Exposition power, go! A weedy record from my eyes, but the filthy of the time.
Anyway, it's gonna be an amazing second issue. Series creator JT Malloy is done writing and drawing already, including a new backup story that continues the cab driver saga. So now let's talk covers. We've got a murderous row of creators doing variant covers this time, and the results are astounding. I cannot even believe the quality on display here. We have so many rad rewards for you all too, and of course, as always, it's all mailed in Geminis. We are ready to keep this series going. We have so many stories to tell.
Yeah, but this is the fast one.
Shut up, weeb. Hey, JT, what's a weeb?
I don't know. I'm almost 40.
Oh.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
That
I wrote
was
that
really
song
funny,
too.
yeah.
My sister sang it and did the voice of the Chibi.
Right. that was like that whole like punk Powerpuff Girl vibe going on
Right.
with that
I wrote
segment.
one version of it and I was like, this is too badass sounding. I have to make it like the most candy coated, you know what I mean? Like like chord progression possible. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. That took me like, I shot that and edited that in like 4 straight days or something.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. You know, because like you have the actors and the animation and the whole thing. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's fun and it's a wacky little tale. It feels like it's jumping the shark at first, and then by the end of it, you'll be like, "Oh, I see what it's doing."
Oh, okay, there you go.
So yeah.
And I saw you use Gemini mailers.
Oh yes, exactly. Which
I think it was Cara told me like make sure you tell
Volt
people
10.
or whatever. So.
yes, because we have so we have a what do they call it?
A promotional
Or
code.
sponsor.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yes,
sponsor.
there we go. Because we're forgetting
Gemini
our
is a
words
sponsor.
VOLT 10.
Volt 10. Get
For
10% off on Gemini mailers. We have no coupons for Smirnoff though. So yeah, so buy your Gemini mailers.
I did want to say that Daphne is going to not like the new Annette. I know that she loves her. She said she loves her sick and twisted serial killers.
Yeah, I do. Yes.
And you know she's not a Hot Toy fan. But they made an announcement about 2 hours ago. New Hot Toy figure.
Who? Rocket.
They did. No,
No, come on.
Nah,
Yeah. They did that. I got a question.
My god.
I didn't watch Dexter, but is that not the Big Bang Theory kitchen?
I don't know. Meredith owns this toy already.
Almost looks like Seinfeld's kitchen.
I'm looking like, isn't that show?
No, there's I saved a photo of a well, I didn't know if I don't think it was a Patrick Bateman hot toy. I think it was a Bruce Wayne hot toy because the suit was all wrong. But yeah. But yeah, look, it's like I passed on a Rocket Raccoon hot toy that I kind of sort of regret, but not the $400 they were asking for. So you know, so even with a Patrick Bateman hot toy, I'd be like, that's a little bit too much for me.
Well, they are starting to do a few more figures, so I thought that was cool. Now that one isn't from. I don't think that one is from Hot Toy. It's from. But Sideshow is selling it $270. I think it was $270.
Yeah.
So let's pay $60.
If anybody's never seen Dexter, watch the 4 seasons and then quit.
Yeah.
Just quit right now.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah.
It's coming back.
6 Feet Under, 6 Feet Under, and Dexter. Love those series.
Yeah, I understand that the 6 Feet Under ending will, if you're a fan of it, will hurt you and make you cry. And well, I've seen the last episode of 6 Feet Under.
Well, the last episode of The Sopranos did that.
Maybe maybe for some of all the wrong reasons though.
Mhm.
People thought their cable went out.
Well, guys, we are over the hour mark.
Oh no! Oh, time
So-
flies.
Always
when you're
have
having
to
fun.
ruin the fun.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
God, you call Meredith the den mother. Fine.
You will listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
So, JP, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Facebook at the Sapphire Spectre or JT Malloy, and on Instagram at James T Malloy. So, yep. I'm debating whether or not to get into Twitter at this point because
Do it for
Do it.
marketing. Do it for marketing.
If you do it, just do it for marketing, but don't hang out there.
No, I'm not.
It's a cesspool.
I am
Nah,
not.
it'll just get
not
you in
a
fights
culture war
with-
junkie.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
Meredith.
All right, you guys, you can find me at linktree.com/RaginAVC. That's got the links to all of the Ragin stuff, as well as Nita and my links. So I've got a link for us, so I wouldn't go through the whole list, but you can find it there. RaginAVC on Linktree.
Randy.
Oh, hey, I'm just here to say hello. So you can find me on Facebook, Twitter. Look for Arrow Comics 4.0 on Linktree and all of the social media. And Sundays at 9 a.m., I do a program called the Sunday Funnies, where we try to put the fun back in funny books, along with myself, along with Daphne, and maybe Varian if he's up, and a few special guests talking about the fun side of comics. So appreciate you being there. Thank you.
Nita.
Wow, that was kind of the order I wasn't expecting. Anyway, okay, so yeah, you can find me on well, you do a great job. Okay, you can find me on Ragin AVC with Meredith. We're supposed to do a daily vlog. We've been lacking, but you can definitely find us doing interviews on Thursdays and Fridays, and let's see, on Backer Shots on Saturdays, and on Twitter as C_chaos 24/7, and everywhere else creating chaos 24/7. And that's
JD is going to be on Backer Shots this Saturday, right?
I know he is. Come with him. You should totally come. Totally.
Evil laugh.
You should come on, Daphne.
Yeah, sure.
Totally come hang.
Sure.
And where can we find you at?
Oh, well, you can head over to my main portfolio site at eagleworks.com, EGOWRKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook. If you are into seeing sketches and current work in progress. And you can also read the first 5 issues of Eagle Raven, Air of the First Unicorn, in its original black and white format. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of like a Lord of the Rings type of adventure, you can follow the links to talltalesonline.com and read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free. And if you're also the type that prefers your artwork to be laminated, you can head on over to my House of Bob gallery at Fur Affinity, where you can see my entire, you can see not my entire collection, but my collection of furry porn that you have to sign up and actually register for, because we're trying to I don't know, do something. But so yeah, you can check out all my furry porn stuff on Fur Affinity at House of Bob. So thank you.
Mr. Grant.
Mr. Grant.
I'm not here. KYD_V on Twitter. Variant Grant everywhere else. Check out ledg.us if you want to get your indie comic book comic book stores and beyond. And so you need to go. You need to go to Liberty. ledg.us. I don't have a Liberty card in here. I thought I did. But go check it out. No fees to creators. Set your own pricing, all that good stuff. Also, Indie Vote Awards coming soon. IndieVoteAwards.com. Go sign up. Get your book recognized. And that's pretty much it for me. Oh, also, this weekend on Saturday, July 3rd, tune in at 1:30 for another Indie Vote special. We will be celebrating Indie Vote's 4th birthday.
Oh.
Yeah. 4th birthday. So a lot of surprises. We're gonna give away some stuff. We're gonna have people pop in and out to say hello and hi. A couple of hours we'll stay on. It's gonna be fun though. I'm looking forward to it.
Cool.
It's our birthday, but we're giving you gifts.
Will there be cake?
There will be cake.
That's all that matters.
That's it for me.
And guys, the best way to track me down is go to linktree_princess. You can find all my links there, including a link to Lore, which again is on Indiegogo and is in demand until August. So get it while you can. And catch me Saturday. I'll be streaming like all day Saturday. Indievolt's birthday and then backer shots with Nita.
And JD.
And JD.
Right.
I got a full house Saturday.
Oh, there you go.
And Daphne now.
Well, yeah. I'll pop in. Sure.
And that wraps up another episode of. Why am I echoing so bad? Yeah.
There you go.
It wraps up another episode of Geekgasm. Guys, I want to thank everyone who's listening. I want to thank the chat. And I want to thank our guests that we had on tonight. You guys have a great night.
Fuck you, Carla.
Pay attention next time.